I stared at my phone, scrolling through Instagram with trembling hands. There they were, my parents and sister Olivia posing at my favorite restaurant celebrating my birthday. Without me. The caption under my sister's post read, "Perfect family celebration. Nothing better than Morton's steaks. Party popper red heart." The thing is, I was the one who introduced them to Morton's. I was the one who had been paying for their extravagant dinners, their luxury vacations, their entire lifestyle for the past 5 years. And now they couldn't even bother to invite me to my own birthday dinner. Let me back up a bit. I'm Sarah Anderson, 34, and for the past 5 years, I've been the silent backbone of my family's finances. Not that they ever acknowledged it. To them, I was just the lucky daughter who happened to have a good job and could afford to help out. It started small. 5 years ago, when my father lost his job, my mother called me in tears. "Sarah, honey, we might lose the house. Your father's too proud to ask, but..." I transferred the money that same day. $15,000 to cover their mortgage payments until Dad found work. Except he didn't rush to find a new job. Why would he? His eldest daughter had proven she could handle the bills. Then came Olivia's emergencies. Her car broke down. Her rent was due. She needed seed money for her influencer career. Each time I opened my wallet, each time they treated it as their due. "Family helps family," Mom would say while planning another vacation with my money. "You're so blessed to be able to give back," Olivia would gush, while posting photos of the designer bags I'd funded. I never asked for recognition. Never demanded praise. But I did expect basic respect. Basic consideration. The money itself wasn't the issue. My job as a senior investment banker meant I could afford it. What ate at me was how they took it and me for granted. Last month, when they mentioned wanting to go to the Maldives, I didn't hesitate. I booked them the overwater villa, the seaplane transfers, the premium experiences. $47,000 for their dream family vacation. "You're not coming?" Mom had asked, but her tone suggested relief rather than disappointment. "No, I have to work," I'd said. The truth was, I'd never been invited in the first place. I was just the bank. And now, scrolling through more photos of my birthday dinner, the wine I usually ordered, the chocolate souffle I always shared with Dad, something inside me finally broke. I opened my banking app and looked at the pending transfer for their Maldives trip. They were supposed to leave in 2 weeks. The money hadn't gone through yet. My phone buzzed. A text from Olivia. "Oh, sis, guess what? Mom and Dad are taking me shopping tomorrow to get new clothes for the Maldives. Can't wait. You're the best. Red heart." No mention of my birthday. No acknowledgement that they'd celebrated without me. Just another demand disguised as gratitude. I clicked on her Instagram story. There they were, laughing at Morton's, my father raising a toast with the expensive wine I'd taught him about. "To family," the caption read. "To family." My fingers hovered over the banking app. One click and I could cancel the transfer. One click and their dream vacation would vanish like they'd made me vanish from my own birthday celebration. But could I do it? After 5 years of being the perfect daughter, the reliable ATM, the invisible support system, could I finally stand up for myself? Another photo popped up on my feed. Olivia showing off the Gucci bag I'd bought her last month. When you're blessed with the most amazing family. Folded hands sparkles. The most amazing family. I thought about all the times I'd eaten lunch alone at my desk to save money for their expenses. The vacations I'd skipped because I was funding theirs. The dreams I'd put on hold to fuel their lifestyle. My phone buzzed again. A message from Mom. "Honey, don't forget to transfer the final payment for the Maldives. Olivia needs to buy some things for the trip. Maybe another $5,000? Love you." Face blowing a kiss. No, happy birthday. No invitation to dinner. Just another request for money. I opened my laptop and pulled up the records of everything I'd paid for over the past 5 years. The numbers made me dizzy. Asterisk family vacations, $167,000. Asterisk Olivia's emergencies, $89,000. Asterisk parents' mortgage payments, $156,000. Asterisk luxury dinners and shopping, $94,000. Total, over $500,000. And what had I gotten in return? Exclusion from my own birthday dinner. My hand wasn't trembling anymore as I opened the travel agency's website. Years of suppressed anger had crystallized into cold, clear purpose. They wanted to take my money without taking me? Fine. But now they were about to learn what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. I picked up my phone and started typing an email to the family's favorite travel agent, the one I paid to handle all their luxury bookings. It was time to make some changes to their Maldives plans. After all, what's a birthday without giving yourself a gift? And my gift to myself would be something priceless. The look on their faces when they realized exactly what they'd lost. The morning after my forgotten birthday, I woke up to 17 missed calls and 32 text messages. Not birthday wishes, they were all about the Maldives trip. Sarah, what's going on? The travel agent says there's a problem with the booking. Mom, call me a... This isn't funny. Dad, Mrs. please fix this. I already bought new bikinis. Olivia. I sipped my coffee, reading each message with a calm I hadn't felt in years. Last night, after sending that email to the travel agent, I'd done more than just cancel their trip. I'd finally opened my eyes to 5 years of manipulation. My phone rang again. This time I answered. Sarah. Thank goodness. Linda from Paradise Travel says our trip is cancelled. There must be some mistake with the payment. No mistake, I said quietly. I cancelled it. Silence. Then, you what? I cancelled the trip, Mom. All of it. The villa, the flights, the experiences. Everything. But why would you do that? Her voice rose in pitch. We're leaving in 2 weeks. Olivia already bought new clothes. Your father told everyone at his golf club. Did you enjoy Morton's last night? I asked instead of responding. The wine there is excellent, isn't it? Especially that vintage Bordeaux Dad loves. The one I introduced him to. Another silence, longer this time. Sarah. She started, but I cut her off. Don't bother explaining. I saw the photos. All of them. My birthday dinner looked lovely, shame I wasn't invited. Oh honey, we didn't think. I mean, you're always so busy with work. Busy earning the money you spend, I finished for her. Busy funding the lifestyle you love. Busy being the ATM you take for granted. That's not fair, she protested. We're family. We appreciate everything you do. Everything I do? I laughed, but there was no humor in it. Let's talk about everything I do, Mom. Let's talk about the $500,000 I've given this family over the past 5 years. Half million, she stammered. I have spreadsheets, I said coldly. Every vacation. Every shopping spree. Every mortgage payment. Would you like me to email them to you? We can go through them together. Maybe over dinner at Morton's. The doorbell rang right on schedule. Hold on, Mom. Someone's at my door. I opened it to find a courier with an envelope. Inside were printouts of every transaction I'd made for my family over the past 5 years, along with screenshots of social media posts showing how they'd spent my money. I'd stayed up late preparing this. Actually, Mom, check your email. I just sent you something interesting. I heard the ping of her phone, followed by a sharp intake of breath as she opened the attachment. Sarah, what is this? That's your debt to me, Mom. Every penny I've spent keeping this family in luxury. Plus screenshots of Olivia's Instagram posts bragging about her blessed life. Oh, and photos from my birthday dinner that I wasn't invited to. But that's different. That was just a small family dinner. Small family dinner? I repeated. At the restaurant I introduced you to? Drinking the wine I taught Dad about. On my birthday. My father's voice came on the line. She'd put me on speaker. Now listen here, Sarah. You're being childish. So we had dinner without you. You're always too busy for family anyway. Too busy working to pay your bills, I corrected him. How's the job search going, Dad? Oh wait, you stopped looking once I started paying the mortgage, didn't you? That's not. And Olivia, I continued, knowing she was listening too. How's the influencer career? The one I've been funding? Those designer bags make great props for your posts about being self-made, don't they? You're just jealous. Olivia burst out. Jealous that I'm building something while you just work your boring bank job. My boring bank job that paid for your entire life? I smiled, though they couldn't see it. Well, consider this my resignation as family financier. What does that mean? Mom asked, her voice shaking. It means no more trips. No more shopping sprees. No more mortgage payments. No more bailouts when Olivia's credit cards are maxed out. You can't do this. Olivia screeched. I have followers. I have a brand. A brand built on my credit cards, I reminded her. Speaking of which, check your Amex, Olivia. All those supplementary cards I gave you? They're cancelled too. I heard her frantically typing, then a wail of despair. Pi cards. They're not working. None of them will, I said calmly. I've cancelled everything. The cards, the automatic payments, the transfers. You're on your own. But what about the house? Mom whispered. Your mortgage payment is due next week, isn't it? Better start calling realtors. Or maybe Dad could actually look for a job. Sarah, please. Mom's voice turned soothing, her manipulation voice. We're family. We need you. No, Mom. You need my money. There's a difference. I took a deep breath. You know what I needed? I needed my family to remember my birthday. To include me in celebrations. To value me as a daughter and sister, not as a bank account. We do value you. Dad protested. Really? When was the last time you asked about my life? My dreams? When was the last time you invited me to dinner just to spend time with me, not to ask for money? Silence. That's what I thought. I opened my laptop where I'd queued up one final email. Check your inbox again. I heard the notifications ping. What is this? Mom's voice was trembling. That's a complete record of everything I've paid for, sent to Dad's entire golf club. And Olivia, I've forwarded all your credit card statements to your followers. Let's see how they feel about your self-made success now. You wouldn't. Olivia gasped. My finger hovered over the send button. Try me. Sarah, honey, Mom tried again. We can talk about this. We can work something out. Like you worked out my birthday dinner? I asked sweetly. The one you posted all over social media? We'll make it up to you. Dad jumped in. We'll have another dinner, a better one. No thanks. I've already made my own birthday plans. I glanced at my real gift to myself. Tickets for a solo trip to Greece. And don't worry about the Maldives villa. I've booked it for myself. After all, I paid for it. But what about us? Olivia whimpered. What about you? You're all adults. Figure it out. I looked at the email again, my finger still on the mouse. Unless you'd like me to share with the world exactly how you've been living? The panic in their voices was almost comical. They spent the next hour begging, pleading, threatening, and finally negotiating. I listened to it all with a detachment that surprised me. Finally, we reached an agreement. I wouldn't expose their financial dependence on me publicly, but in return, they had to post honest apologies on social media for missing my birthday. They had to admit to their friends that they couldn't afford the Maldives trip. And most importantly, they had to stop pretending their lifestyle was anything other than what it was, funded by the daughter they'd taken for granted. One more thing, I added before hanging up. Next year, don't bother with birthday dinner plans. I won't be available. Where will you be? Mom asked quietly. Living my life. Spending my money on myself. Being the daughter you never appreciated and the sister you never supported. I smiled. But hey, at least you've got each other, right? That's what family's all about. I hung up before they could respond. Over the next few weeks, I watched as reality hit them hard. Olivia had to admit to her followers that she wasn't actually a successful influencer. Dad had to tell his golf club friends he couldn't afford the membership anymore. Mom had to cancel her weekly spa appointments. They tried reaching out multiple times, each message more desperate than the last. Sarah, please, just one more transfer to get us through the month. The mortgage company is calling. Can we work something out? My followers are unfollowing me. This is all your fault. I left them all unread. Instead, I focused on myself. I booked that trip to Greece, first class all the way. I bought myself the designer bags I'd always denied myself while buying them for Olivia. I started having dinner at Morton's whenever I wanted, always ordering that expensive Bordeaux. 3 months later, I ran into them at a local diner, a far cry from their usual upscale restaurants. They looked different. Olivia was wearing off-the-rack clothes. Dad had lost the designer golf attire. Mom's perfectly maintained appearance had slipped. They saw me too, their eyes following me as I walked past their table. I was wearing one of my new designer dresses, car keys to my new Mercedes dangling from my hand. Sarah, Mom called out weakly. We miss you. I paused, turning to look at them. No, Mom. You miss my money. That's not true, Olivia protested, but her eyes were fixed on my Gucci bag, the same model I'd bought her last year. Really? I raised an eyebrow. Then you won't mind that I'm taking that Maldives trip next week. The one you were so excited about. The villa is gorgeous. I'll make sure to post lots of photos. I walked out, leaving them with their cheap coffee and bitter regrets. As I drove away in my new car, I felt nothing but peace. Sometimes the best birthday gift you can give yourself is freedom. Freedom from manipulation, from guilt, from the weight of carrying people who never appreciated the lift. My phone buzzed. A notification from the travel agent confirming my Maldives itinerary. I smiled, thinking about the overwater villa that would now be my sanctuary instead of their stage for social media posts. Sometimes losing a family that only valued you for your money isn't really a loss at all. It's an investment in yourself, the best investment I've ever made.